Well, here or there, everyone's trying to enjoy. Living entities living on Earth's planet or on heavenly planets, the basic operation is the same. They're trying to enjoy, and they're enjoying, and we're trying to enjoy, and we're enjoying and suffering. Because this is a middle planetary system. There's 7 planets above and 7 planets below. Bur, Bhuva, Swa, Janalok, Mahalok, Tapalok, Satyalok. That's 7 planets above. And then below there's Rasa, Tala, Atala, Patala. There's so many 7 planets below. This is the middle planet. So in the middle planet, this Earth is in the middle. There's 7 above, 7 below. So in this planet there's some Sukh and some Dukh. And in lower planets there's also so much happiness. In the subterranean planets, Rasa, Tala, hellish, so-called hellish planets, but they have hellish happiness. The happiness of Tamagun. And the Earth planet we have a little bit of mixture of Tamagun and Rajagun. Then in the higher planets they have Sattvic and Raja. And there's not much Tamagun up there. So they're also enjoying. They're enjoying their senses. They have a more subtle body. They have a material body and they're enjoying their senses. And we have a material body and we're enjoying. But there's some pleasure and some pain. In the heavenly planets above the Earth, as you mentioned, the celestial regions, Swarga, etc., mostly they're enjoying. It's described in the literatures, there's no disease there. There's no death there. I mean, seemingly no death. They live a long, long life. There's no pregnancy there. There's no birth control. There's all these things. No orphanages. No abortions. So many complications here. So everyone just enjoys. In the very last year of their life, then they have children. It's described like that. A lady can have a child or something.
The last year.
Yeah, that's what they say. Right before they die, they have a child or whatever. Because someone has to take birth up there. So they need a body. Because they have to get the body from somewhere. Now, on the heavenly planets, generally what I've heard is that these higher planets, this is called Karma Bhumi. This Earth planet is called Karma Bhumi because here one can engage in activities by which he'll get elevated or degraded. But in the other planets, he's simply spending his money. It's kind of like you work in Delhi and earn your income, and then you go on vacation and spend it. You go somewhere and spend it. So the earning place is Delhi, the workplace, the earning your money and spending it somewhere else. So the higher planets, they earn their punya or pap here, and then they enjoy or suffer here. Of course, if they're very pious, then they get elevated to the higher planets. And on the higher planets, pretty much they don't engage in so much. They can't really. We don't hear any description that many people are doing sadhana. It's not a place of sadhana. Like they say, Dharmakshetra Kurukshetra Mamaveta Suyutsavaha. The first verse in Bhagavad Gita. This earth planet is called Dharmakshetra Kurukshetra or Dharmakshetra Karmakshetra. The word Kuru, it means the family of the Kurus or Kauravas, but it also means karma. So this is a place where actions are done, dharmic actions, religious actions are done here, and you get the fruits either here or on the heavenly planets. So generally in higher planets, whatever you do here, you go to some planet and you'll stay there and enjoy. And if you've done a lot, as you see in Brihad Bhagavatamrita, you may go to a higher planet, Swargaloka, and then you enjoy, but you did so many good things after the enjoyment, then you get elevated again to Janaloka, and then elevated again. So all that elevation or that promotion on the heavenly planets or higher planets is all the fruits that you've accumulated from this planet. And then sometimes, few people, because Narada Muni, he travels different places, he also visits heaven. And when they meet a sage, a rishi, a great rishi like Narada Muni, some of the people on the higher planets, they may take up some sadhana, but it's very, very rare. Generally, in the higher planets are just living out their good deeds, basically. And some of them have such good deeds that when their life is finished, they'll go up to a higher planet. And many of them, or most of them, when their good deeds are finished, then they'll leave that heavenly planet and come back to earth. And they're described in 5th Canto of Bhagavatam. That those demigods who know that when their punya is out, that they will again fall down to the earth planet, then they're praying, oh, if I had to take, when I leave this planet, when I die and have to take birth, please bless me when I take birth in Punya Bhumi, in Dharmakshetra, or Dharma Bhumi, India. Because then I'll get a chance to engage in good deeds and get back to heaven, or even go higher, or even maybe take up some other line of yoga or bhakti yoga and get total liberation. So this is basic what's going on. And then it's described that those living entities on Janaloka, in Swargaloka, above Swarga, Om Bhurva Swa. So in Janaloka and Maharloka, Janaloka, Maharloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka, and these planets, they move up. I mean, if they have that punya, if they have that karma fall, when at the end of Brahma's day, or when there's annihilation, they move up to the next planet. And when the Nadashesh is burning up the universe, start at that time of destruction, then they move up to Brahmaloka, then they get liberated. They can also get liberated if they have that. So these living entities on higher planets, they're not really, no one's engaged really in any sadhana. They're just doing bhog. Some few rare people may, by chance, meet Narada Muni or some king or whatever, and take up some sadhana. And from there, from the heavenly planets, he could leave there and go to the spiritual world. He could get mukti. It's not very common. Usually, this is the mukti stali. It's from the earth planet. This is the place. This is the workplace. Work means the place of action. You can act in the line of karma yoga, or just karma action, or karma yoga action, or Gyan yoga action, or bhakti yoga action. This is the action, the field of action, Dharmakshetra. So this is a speciality of this planet. That's why they're praying. Well, they say that in one sense we're fortunate to live on the earth planet, because here's where all the avatars come. Of course, they also come in the higher, not only the earth planet. That's not quite right. The avatars appear in different planets. And Bali Maharaj, he appeared Vamanadev appeared in Bali's kingdom, and that was Indraloka. So they appear on different planets. But Krishna appears on this planet, Vrindavan Krishna, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appears on this planet. So that's our good fortune, and that we care about Krishna and Gauranga. So that's what I can think at this point about some of the differences here. We know pretty much what's going on here, but all the anomalies. That's why it's a place of enjoyment. People read about Swarga and they read about the pleasure. Then at least in the old days, now people don't care anymore. They don't hear anymore, and they don't care anymore. If there's no hearing, if you don't hear about something, you can't know about it. If you don't know about something, you can't desire it. You can't desire something you never heard of, either in this life or last life. Think of that. Can you desire something you've never seen and never heard of or never experienced?
No.
So if you've never heard about Swarga, then how can you have a desire to go there? So that's the arrangement of Kali. Kali keeps everyone in his grip, because Kali's grip is ignorance. So no one can move. When you're in someone's grip, you can't move. If someone is grabbing if a bear is hugging you, a bear hug, you can't move unless you have power to overthrow that bear. So ignorance is like a bear hug. Everyone is in the grip of ignorance. So we can't move anywhere. We can't move anywhere, and that's exactly what Kali wants. He wants everyone to stay right where they are. Don't go anywhere. Stay right here in Kali Yuga. Don't get liberated. Don't hear about heaven. Don't hear about God. Don't hear about anything. Just hear about eat, drink, and be merry. These are the songs we sing, and these are the desires we have. Because our desires are shaped by our knowledge, and our desires are shaped by what we hear. So the advertisements and all the advertisements in television, newspapers, all working for Kali. So they're filling us up with lots of sounds. Buy this, do this, drink this, eat that. So we get all knowledge of all these things, knowledge about Kali's offerings. And we hear about Kali's offerings. And then we get desire. And so advertising is based on that, creating desire. So Kali is doing good advertising. It's his age, the age of Kali. Right? So he's reigning, Kali is reigning. He's the Lord. He's doing a good job. Keep everybody. The main way to keep people from going forward and keep people in bondage is by ignorance. Every political campaign, they know that if they want to keep the people in bondage, they have to keep them in ignorance. All these communist regimes and others, they block the knowledge. They burn up the books. Fahrenheit 451.